Hey there everybody, welcome back to the channel, back to the basement here. Today I'm here to do a demo how-to on James McMurtry's song 60 Acres, which comes off of his 1997 album, It Had to Happen. This demo is by request of a recent channel subscriber, Thomas Plummer. Thomas, welcome and thanks for your request. I'm always glad to get these. So let's jump right in here. First thing we got to talk about is the tuning. As always, he's in double drop D this time around, D, A, D, G, B, D with the capo on the second position. So that puts it in the key of E for the most of the song, for all the song. I've got a demo I did a couple of years ago of the tuning in general, double drop D with capos that James uses. So there's a link in the description below to that, and you can check that out if you haven't seen it before. Okay, and also I've got in the description below a link to my most recent performance of this tune on a live stream in August of 24, so you can see the whole end-to-end thing after we go break down the parts here. Okay, so we're in our right tuning. We've got our capo. Now there are, let's go through the shapes that we're going to be using throughout the tune here. The first one is what I call the home D position, and as always, I'm pretending that the capo is the nut. I'm not going to be adding and speaking out the different, the two frets here. Just pretend that that's it right there. So that's a D shape. Okay. And we're going to use the one that uses the home D shape with the first finger here on the second fret of the third string and the third finger on the third fret of the second string, because we want our second finger available to come over and do this. All right, so that's the first primary shape we're going to be using. Another shape we'll use a lot during the song is a G chord. You can do it one of two ways. You can either both fingers on the fifth fret of the two lowest strings, or you can just do it like with your second finger on here, just the lowest string, and use the meat of your fingertip there to just kind of lean it over and deaden, so you don't ring out that note. Okay, let's see. Associated with this G shape, while we do this tune, we're also going to be doing that, just sliding it down 2 frets, nothing fancy there. Okay, and then the next shape we're going to use a fair amount is this, the A shape. And the A shape is easy to do because in this tuning you can just lay all four, your finger across all 4 strings here, and it comes out nice. One last shape that's going to be used only in the choruses, and that's an F chord. All right, and the way we do that here is we'll be deadening this guy on the lowest string. We'll be going 3rd and 4th strings here on the 3rd position of the 5th and the 4th string. Then the 2nd finger on 2nd fret of the 3rd string. 1st finger, 1st fret, 2nd string. Okay. All that's from the chorus. We'll get to that in just a sec. Okay, now those are the main hand configurations. Now let's jump into the verses. The verses are using that thing we've just now been seeing. And the intro. Now what I'm doing with my right hand there is it's pretty simple down and up kind of deal. So I'm coming up on those. I'm going down on those. But downstrokes on that G to F punctuation there. So let me do the whole sequence. So that's a good thing. Just get Get that repeating until you can just do that in your sleep. Okay, and that you can tell that is the intro of the song, and it forms the basis of all the verses. So turned off the TV, sit down to dinner. Phone rang, we was saying grace. Mom, Grandma died, left us 68. Last of the old home place. Okay, that's going to be the same every time you go through a verse. Now let's talk about the choruses. When you go into the chorus, you're going to be coming out of that end of that verse phrase. And instead of coming back to this, you go to the A shape. Glory, glory, hallelujah. And then to the G shape, right back at you. Hope that'll do you. Don't look at me like it's something shouldn't have said. Final, the last shape, the F. Just 'cause that old bird's dead. Back to this. All right, let's go through the chorus again one more time. So you're coming out of this. Glory, glory, hallelujah. Right back at you. Just 'cause that old bird's dead. All right, that's it for verses and choruses throughout the whole tune. The last section I want to now show you is a little bit of vamping that happens both on the studio recording but also during James's live stream performances during the pandemic. And what we're going to be doing for that, this is the most complicated bit of the song, because you're going to be moving from fifth position back to home position, back and forth a couple times. So fair warning, that's coming. All right, so you're in this. And instead of going back to the home, we're going to jump up here to fifth position. And you're going to be able to leave these guys open. And you're going to hammer on, start with your first finger on the 5th fret of the 3rd string, hammer up to the 7th, and then pull it off again. And if you know the song, you recognize that little riff. All right, so you're going to be going from here, you're going to slide up and go, and then you got to jump right back down. And this is the other note, that thing. So the second time you're going to hit that higher note. All right, but then you got to jump back down. So this is the part that will take a little work. Into the song. Okay, so oops. And then, you know, depending on, and at this point, you're, of course, free to do whatever you want in terms of any kind of solo and stuff you want to do there. I tend to just do one little vamp section there in between a couple of the verses and about the middle of the song, and then I do a little bit of that vamping as an outro. But I don't go crazy for this one. It's my choice. So anyway, that's the main section of the song. We've covered the tuning, we've covered the intro phrase and the verses, which are very closely related. How we get to the choruses from the verses. And then we talked about the little bit of vamping you can do in between verses, however it strikes your fancy. So I hope this has been helpful. Thomas, thanks once again for joining up and for the request. I love doing these. Hope this has helped folks to learn the tune. And as always, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. And we'll see you on the next one.